What's going on, YouTube? It's Sensei, a place to be chilling. Mr. A&E back for more WWE 2K22 news here. And yes, we seen the screenshots and we seen what happened at SummerSlam, revealing us that we're not going to get any news until January, since the game is going to be released in March of 2022. What a bummer. Well, I figure I'll just sit here and try to get the news as it comes, and then try to do some special videos and see what I want to see in 2K and whatnot. But the first strand of the news that I was able to receive is that there was an article that was on Sports Gamers Online that was talking about a major mode returning, and that is GM mode to WWE 2K22. This article was written by Michael Straw, who has in the community been kind of accurate on some of his news. He's the one, I believe, that had the predictions that this thing was going to be released in March and be delayed. So, but I still would take this news with a grain of salt, because it's saying that a major mode will be returning in 2K, and it was saying that it was top priority. One source said the fans clearly wanted it, and the team knew they had the ammo to get it approved and in. So here's the thing, I figure I'll talk more about it, how I feel about it and stuff like that, because they had more sources saying it's going to become the most played mode in the game. I can say that with certainty, and this mode will sell the game. My biggest thing is, so I know I want GM mode, but here's the thing, GM mode, the whole thing about GM mode back in Smackdown versus Raw was not all that perfect, okay? And I've known people for years, so I want GM mode, I want GM mode, I want GM mode, I want GM mode. And I'm like, I didn't have a problem with the universe mode idea, but I still think that you need to combine them together. And I think that's what needs to happen going forward to make it actually awesome kind of mode. Because I was like, if you take components from GM mode and take components from universe mode, you really can have a dope mode right there, almost to the point where it's like every time I get an NBA 2K game, I go right to my team, all the time. Now they're not going to have a my team thing. As long as Vince is around, you're not going to have a my team in wrestling, so you can get rid of that. But when it comes to like the GM mode, you gotta have something where, like, we would love to do drafts, we would love to have ratings for the shows. You can even have an online type thing where you can go head to head with somebody else and see who can compete for the best show. And I understand signing the superstars and making a wrestle and create storylines. Well, see, here's the thing also. If you're able to create storylines to get people interested, they're going to bring story creator back? Is there going to be a multitude of different match types that you can use that we can add for GM mode? Because once again, the Smackdown versus Raw stuff, you had a plethora of different kind of matches that can go along with the story that you're trying to create, which helps your GM mode out. If that's not all in 2K this year, that's going to be a problem also. Because I understand fans want a lot of GM mode, but you also got to understand that they'll give you GM mode, but there's a lot of other things that are just so simple that they can just put back into the game that they have not done just yet. Why can't we put Buried Alive back in the game? Why can't we put Inferno match back in the game? Why can't we put casket matches back in the game? Why can't we put special referee back in the game? I mean, now it had the little match creator where you can create a 2 out of 3 falls, you can create a first blood matchup, but see, those things, or they wasn't getting as popular anymore, and they kept getting taken back even more. Why can't it be a 3 stages of hell where you can decide which matches are going to be which matches you want in what place? Like, there's so much limit on the matches, and maybe because Vince doesn't say that those matches are not on TV. That's what I'm worried about when it comes to GMO as well, because I'm like, if they got the same boring matches, or if they got like a story creator or something like that, even though story creator really didn't play too much a part in GMO, I'm just saying that will be something that I mostly want to look forward to, especially if you had a year off. But just hearing about the GM mode is a good idea. It shows that they listen to the fans, but it also depends how they do it. It needs to be a deep kind of mode. You gotta have a deep kind of roster. You keep releasing everybody, but you gotta have a deep kind of roster, or you're gonna end up with like a GM mode in SmackDown versus Raw 2008 when you only had like a 49-man roster, and you're trying to split that roster up between 3 shows. It's just not gonna work. But this one, I'm curious to see, you have the Raw, Smackdown, NXT type thing. You know, how would they do it, and you know, how would it go head to head if it does go, you know, head to head. Like those are the kind of things I'm looking forward to and trying to see in it. But I need to hear from you guys. Are you guys excited about GMO? Were you one of the people that wanted GMO back in 2K? Well, post in the comments down below, and also hit that like button if you guys enjoyed my video, and hit the subscribe button for news and updates and videos on 2K or any other wrestling game that's coming out in the near future, because I will be covering that right here on NC Studios. So once again, this is NC and Place to Be, Mr. Andy, and the Nerd Coalition is out.